We know Karratha is a city that has been built around the mining and resources industry. However, there is so much more to this part of the Pilbara. Karratha and the nearby countryside has some of the most unique natural and man-made wonders. And without a doubt, one of the best ways to explore this area is with one of the region's traditional owners. Clinton Walker has been in the Pilbara all his life and knows more about this region than most. And via his Ngurrangga Tours company, he is more than happy to share his knowledge with you during a personal, cultural tour of his country.
This country is my home. It's where my family have lived for many, many generations. It's all I know. I've learnt about who I am in this place. Growing up with my elders, they've taught me a lot about how to live off the land. So it's a place that I really love.
Clinton starts his tour with a traditional welcome to country ceremony. And today, he's taking us on a tour of the amazing Ngurrangga National Park. Ngurrangga on the Burrup Peninsula has the distinction of being declared the 100th National Park in Western Australia and has the largest collection of engraved rock art in the world. So Clinton, tell me what is so special about this place?
So this place, Ngurrangga, is highly significant to my people, the Ngurrangga people, but it's also significant to a lot of other Aboriginal groups. And there's a lot of rock art around here, but it's also the birthplace for a lot of songlines for different Aboriginal groups.
Ngurrangga is only 20 minutes from Karratha, near Dampier, and covers almost 5,000 hectares of the Burrup. As well as being widely acclaimed for its diverse vegetation and beautiful landscapes, some of the rock art on display here dates back as far as 30,000 years ago.
Here we have a rock art of a freshwater turtle. This rock art is quite prominent. You can see by the size of it and how deeply carved it is that it's quite important. It was a main food source for my people when they had to survive out here in the old days.
For thousands of years, traditional owners have lived off this land in and around Ngurrangga, and part of Clinton's tour is a personal explanation of some of the bush tucker and bush medicine in the national park.
So this particular plant here, in my language, is called a minjara. In English, it's called a Vicks bush, and it's a medicine basically, used in the same way as Vicks. So it's a congestant, helps clear your nose. You can drink it as a tea, and it'll make you better if you've got a cold.
The tour continues to nearby Hearson's Cove, a picturesque inlet and one of the most beautiful swimming beaches in the region. So Clinton, this is a beautiful place and people would obviously enjoy swimming down here, but traditionally there's a bit more to it than that.
Yeah, so here we've got a traditional hunting ground. My people used to come here in the low tide to use this fish trap here to capture the fish in the outgoing tide.
And so how did they identify that there was actually food here for them?
There's markers around, there's stone piles on top of the hills.
So Clinton, there's a fairly tragic story behind the site that we're on.
Yeah, so we're standing right next to the Flying Foam massacre site where 60-odd Yabatara men, women and children were killed in 1868. Right behind us there are a lot of standing stones. Each of those stones represent the people that are buried here, and it all happened over a bag of flour.
Today, a memorial plaque symbolises what happened here back in February 1868. We round the day off with a visit to Mairi Pool, a picturesque waterhole 30 kilometres south of Karratha.
Right now we're standing on the boundary for the Ngurrangga and the Murrardurnia people. This side is the Ngurrangga side, on the other side of the river is the Murrardurnia side. And whenever people wanted to cross over the boundary, they had to seek permission from their neighbours, and they would wait at the boundary until someone would allow them to pass through. These tours are so important to me because it gives me the opportunity to be able to show people this part of the world and to show them the beauty of the Pilbara region. I learnt a lot of things growing up from my elders. They taught me lots about this area that I want to be able to pass on to the rest of the world.
What an awesome way to see the country near Karratha. Clinton's Ngurrangga Tours are something out of the ordinary and tell many a story about this fascinating part of the Pilbara from a traditional owner's perspective. Now you can get in touch with Clinton via the Karratha Visitors Centre with half-day, full-day and overnight tours available. And they're simply a fantastic way to explore what this region has to offer.